Hello and welcome. My name is Avni Kathari and I'm with Truven Health Analytics, an IBM company. Truven Health is the education, training, and assistance contractor for the MACPro system. I will be walking through this demonstration with you today. The purpose of this session is to help you understand how to create, review, and submit a Medicaid MAGI eligibility and administration state plan amendment, or SPA, submission package in MACPro. The call is on presentation mode now to prevent background noises. There will be opportunities to ask questions throughout the presentation and at the end of this training. CMS and training personnel are here to assist you with any questions you may have. Additionally, we are looking at a lot of info today, and this is to give you an idea of how MACPro works. We recognize this will be a lot to take in, therefore we will be providing today's slides following this training. Also, these slides, the video recording of this session, and an introductory reference document to assist you in using MACPro will be placed on Medicaid.gov in the future. And once this is available on Medicaid.gov, you will receive a notification from the MACPro help desk to let you know. Our agenda for today includes the transition from Medicaid Model Data Lab, or MMDL, to MACPro, and how to obtain access to MACPro, a brief synopsis of MACPro state user roles, an overview of creating, reviewing, and submitting a Medicaid MAGI eligibility and administration SPA submission package, and a step-by-step demonstration of the workflow within the MACPro system. The webinar will end with some information about how to contact the MACPro help desk to obtain technical assistance and a final opportunity to ask questions. Finally, there is an additional resources section with some extra info for your future reference at the end of this PowerPoint. Now let's briefly review the transition to Medicaid MAGI eligibility and administration SPA in MACPro. Medicaid MAGI eligibility and administration went live in MACPro on August 28, 2017. The transition includes the following state plan authorities: mandatory and optional MAGI-based eligibility groups, additional eligibility sections including state residency, citizenship immigration, and presumptive eligibility, as well as single state agency sections. Medicaid MAGI eligibility and admin SPAs currently being processed in MMDL will be completed in MMDL. And as of August 28, 2017, all new SPA actions should be made in MACPro. Additionally, draft SPAs will no longer be accessible in MMDL as of August 25th. When subsequent SPAs are submitted and approved in MACPro, they will become the official record. The data in MMDL from approved Medicaid MAGI and eligibility SPAs will be copied into MACPro for states to use as the basis for future amendments and to be used as reference material. States will find the MACPro screens pre-populated with the currently approved information, except where the MMDL and MACPro templates differ. Finally, in time, the official and complete PDF copies of all eligibility and administration SPAs approved in MMDL may be viewed in MACPro. Next, let's quickly review the steps necessary for gaining access to MACPro. MACPro Access is managed by the Enterprise Identity Management (EIDM) portal, which is an identity management and services system that provides users with access to CMS applications. Please note that EIDM is accessed via the CMS Enterprise Portal address https:// portal functionalities.cms.gov, which is different from the MACPro address https://macpro.cms.gov. Once you register for an EIDM ID, you should request an EIDM role for MACPro. Your EIDM role for MACPro is different than your MACPro role. Your EIDM role for MACPro only provides access to MACPro. Your MACPro role will provide specific action permissions within MACPro. And before we move forward, Stephanie Bell from CMS would like to provide further information pertaining to EIDM.
Thanks, Avni. So I just wanted to note that everyone needs to go through EIDM, and there are identity proofing steps that need to be taken in order to get an EIDM ID. They're the same kind of identity proofing that you would get, in any other type of system. And so I don't want anyone to be surprised when they go in and try to get their user ID, but you only have to go through it once. You don't need to enter your social security number the first time around, and it's not too painful a process. So we encourage everyone, if you haven't already done it, please make sure you go in today and request your EIDM ID.
Great, thanks, Stephanie. And going off of that, all state users should request the MACPro state user EIDM role. We ask that all new users begin the process of registering an EIDM ID and requesting their EIDM role for MACPro now. All MACPro users must have an EIDM ID and approved EIDM role for MACPro to access MACPro. Additionally, please note that users should only hold one EIDM ID, even if accessing multiple CMS applications through the EIDM portal. Once your EIDM role for MACPro is approved, the next step is to request your user role within MACPro. MACPro user roles determine your capabilities within the application. You should have received an email notifying you to request your MACPro role along with detailed instructions. Additional instructions can be found toward the end of today's presentation. You cannot access MACPro to request your MACPro roles until your EIDM role for MACPro access is approved. And before we move on again, we're going to pause to hear another note from Stephanie Bell pertaining to the importance of EIDM.
Thank you. So just to reiterate one more time, if you haven't gone in and gotten your EIDM ID yet, please do so today, if at all possible. We have been working with every state to make sure that all the necessary MACPro roles are filled in every state so that when you are ready to go in and submit your first SPA, you'll have all the right people in place to make sure you can do that. So I think we've now got a state system administrator in every state who can approve your MACPro roles. Now we just need you all to go in and request your access. So thanks.
Thank you. Now let's briefly review the roles available to states in MACPro. For those of you who attended the state introductory training, this will be familiar. After that, we're going to review some key functionalities in MACPro. A number of distinct roles have been established for states within MACPro. These roles determine in what capacity a user will employ the system. It's important to note that the user roles in MACPro differ from those that are used in CMS's other web-based systems, and in some applications, this is the first time that there are roles. This page lists the MACPro Medicaid state plan user roles for states. A state user may have more than one Medicaid state plan role in MACPro. Additionally, it's important to mention that all state roles must be filled for proper workflow functionality. The state editor is responsible for building submission packages. The state point of contact, or SPOC, is responsible for reviewing, editing, and submitting submission packages. The state director conducts the final review of and certifies the submission packages. And the state system administrator, or SSA, approves state role requests within MACPro and maintains the state profile. It's important to note that all state roles must be filled for proper workflow functionality. This means that each state role in the hierarchy must be filled in MACPro to ensure your packages progress efficiently. We will talk more about this later on in today's presentation. There are key functionalities in MACPro that are available to state users. For Medicaid state plan in MACPro, anything that is submitted to CMS begins as a submission package. A submission package is a collection of state plan templates that make up a submission that CMS will review, in this case, a state plan amendment. The MMDL state plan templates are now referred to as reviewable units in MACPro and are abbreviated as RUs. Reviewable units are the forms in which states enter information for their submission package. Additionally, workflow actions are assigned to users as tasks to keep the submission progressing in a timely manner. Tasks are sent to users via email and task list in MACPro. A method of centralized communication is the correspondence log. The correspondence log is an official record of communication between CMS and the state. CMS can provide information to the state, and the state can respond. Only the state point of contact and the CMS point of contact can write in the correspondence log, but others may view the correspondence log in a package for reference. The clarification request is an informal request by CMS for more information. Once CMS submits a clarification request, it puts the package back in the state's hands. It is similar to an unlock in MMDL and does not stop the 90-day regulatory clock. Another option would be for CMS to submit a request for additional information, or an RAI. This option stops the 90-day regulatory clock, but provides the state with an opportunity to address more in-depth questions or updates. Finally, a state-specific approval notice is generated by CMS. The approval notice does not replace official approval documentation. However, it is a form that notifies the state that their submission package has been approved. It is a part of the official record of the package and can be viewed by the state following approval. Next, we're going to review the submission workflow. This will give you a general idea of the players involved and the steps associated with submitting a state plan amendment to CMS. We will be going through these steps in the MACPro training environment today. Let's walk through this workflow on this slide to familiarize ourselves with the process prior to jumping into the system. First, the state editor will create the SPA submission package and completes and validates the reviewable units. Then the state editor sends the package to the state point of contact, or SPOC, for review. The state point of contact reviews the package and includes any needed updates. The state point of contact may return the package to the state editor for further edits if needed. If not, the SPOC forwards to the state director for review and certification. The state director then reviews the package, but they cannot edit the information. If further edits are needed, the state director may return the package to the state point of contact. Assuming the state director certifies, the package is then sent to the state point of contact for submission to CMS. The state point of contact then can submit the package. However, if they do notice that changes are needed, they may select to edit the package, but then will have to resend it for certification by the state director.